Yeah, exactly. So it's important because we use it, right? So if you're following a recipe or if you're going to a store, you need a certain amount of something, this is what we use. So actually the metric system, have you guys heard of that before?
No.
No? Yeah. Some of you yes, some of you no, that's okay. It's actually important for the exact same reasons. Not in America so much, but almost everywhere else in the world, that's what they use. So sometimes even in America, if you're following a recipe online or you're trying to buy something that might be from somewhere else, it's going to be measured in milliliters or liters probably. So that is milliliters and liters. So the way you write that is milliliters is a small m, big L, and liters is just a big L. A good way to remember how much or which one is smaller is the first part of the word milliliters. Milli sounds a lot like mini, so it's like milliliters, milliliters. And actually 1,000 milliliters fit in 1 liter. Milliliters are pretty small. Yeah, so today we're going to talk about those and what it looks like. So here we have this water bottle is actually, this is 1 liter. So that's about how much 1 liter can hold. And then if we look at this, you guys see this first tiny line, how small that is? If I were to fill that to that first tiny line, that would be 1 milliliter. Do you all see how small that is? Alright, I'm going to walk around. I filled this one with less than a liter, but more than 1 milliliter. Can anyone look at it and tell me? Can you tell me how many milliliters that is?
That's 10 milliliters would go.
Yeah, 10 milliliters, that's right. Yeah, so even 10 milliliters is a lot smaller than 10 liters. 10 liters would be 10 whole ones of these. So today we're going to talk about, can you guys take your whiteboards out? We're going to do a little bit of voting. Yeah, if you have a sock to erase and you have a marker, that's perfect too. Alright, so what we're going to do with those, up on the board, I have a bunch of different items, and when I read off which one we're talking about, I'm going to have you vote on if we should measure it with milliliters or liters, so what you think is a better estimate. So the first one, on your whiteboard, a large cooler, do you think it's more likely that it can hold 20 milliliters or 20 liters? If you know, I want you to write, everyone write it on your whiteboard.
Wait, do we write the top?
You can just write the milliliters or liters. I'll know that you're talking about the cooler. Okay.
Wait, this is
Your marker doesn't work?
yeah.
Okay, looks like can everyone hold it up? Alright, looks like we have a little bit of different answers. Can somebody who voted for milliliters tell me why they think it might be milliliters?
Because a cooler is kind of it's big.
Yeah.
And it says large. So large means big, and ml is basically big too. So there's a possibility that that the ml is right.
There is a possibility. So just remember though, if we're talking about a large cooler, it's probably going to be pretty big. This holds almost exactly 20 milliliters. So we're going to probably need to use the bigger one here. Did anyone put liters and want to say why they said liters? Susanna?
It's because he wrote it as a large cooler.
Thank you. That's a really good observation. Yeah, if I might have just said cooler, who would know? Maybe it would be a really small cooler. Maybe it would. I mean, it will hold 20 milliliters. But the better way we're probably going to want to estimate how much it can hold is liters because it's going to be large. So if everyone can erase it, we're going to try the next one.
Oh, it's like a million of these to make a wish.
I know. So now we're going to talk about a water bottle. Do you guys think it's more likely that the water bottle, if it's a normal size water bottle, is going to hold 400 milliliters or 400 liters? Remember, this is a liter, and this tiny mark is a milliliter. Do you think it's more likely the water bottle holds 400 milliliters or 400 liters? You guys can go ahead and write it on your board. Alright, before we hold these ones up, I want you to talk to the person next to you and see what they said and see if you guys can agree on what you think the right answer is.